expected are there's going to be animations for players getting in and out of vehicles, overall smoother player movement mechanics, and also a complete rework to the parachute system. But now, while the details are not completely out there and we don't know everything that's coming with it, those are the big points that they want to focus on. They've already started doing this somewhat. They've changed some of the running animations when you're holding weapons like a UMP. It's been adjusted to what it was, just to be a little bit more like ergonomic and make sense and look smoother with the animations of the game. And this is still a work in progress, right? Pretty much everything is going to be redone at some point, hopefully making the game as a whole run a lot better. Parachuting is also one of those things that's supposedly going to be reworked. Somehow we don't know the details on that either, and to be honest, I think it's in a pretty good spot where it is right now. I don't see any major problems with the way that the parachute system works. If you guys do, feel free to let me know your feedback in the comments. But you know, a few bugs here and there, but I don't think it really needs an overhaul like they're saying. But I guess that's in the works. That's something that they're probably working on. Now, the next new thing that's coming out I want to talk about is, of course, probably one of the highlights for most people. The winter map will be coming out very, very soon. If I had to tell you, it would be probably in early December-ish, maybe. And again, we don't have exact dates, but I'm going to say early to maybe mid-December, we should have an expected date for this. And this is what the map could possibly look like. We don't really have any sort of in-game footage about it. There was a small teaser at E3, but you didn't get to see too much at all. We do have a concept art for it and everything like that, but the winter map should be coming out very soon. And from what we know, it's going to be called Vikendi. And for me personally, what I'm looking forward to about this map is the different features that are going to come along with it. We should have some things that we cannot see in any other map. For instance, there might be a section of the map kind of near the top portion where it's an iced over water and you can kind of, you know, use that to cross. Some really interesting things with the environment and the mechanics. Obviously, new weapons and vehicles are going to be coming to the game as well. We have a Volkswagen Beetle new vehicle coming to that map. I assume it's going to be on launch, and we do have one little texture that we can look at for this winter map. Now, it doesn't give away anything at all. This is what it looks like. It's just going to be the outside textures of some kind of building that's included within that map. But that's literally all we have, and it's pretty surprising how early this was revealed and how little we know about the map. But it should be coming out, and I would say around less than a month from now. And it also goes without saying that this map is going to be featured on PC first, and it will be coming to Xbox shortly after, and I assume it's going to be on mobile very quickly as well. Mobile really just kind of does its own thing, so I wouldn't expect it to be too long after the PC release, but you'll be seeing it here first. And as far as the actual details about the map, apparently it's supposed to be a little bit smaller than Erangel, but a little bit bigger than Sanhok, kind of this middle ground between the two. Some people don't like Sanhok because of how small and cramped it is. I think it's actually a pretty okay size for what it is, but I'm interested to play on this new environment with a new setting and new features, right? It sounds really, really exciting. Hopefully that we get it, again, I imagine around early or maybe mid-December. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is something that I've criticized PUBG in the past for, and they looks like to be correcting it, or at least making progress towards correcting it in this future update whenever this map comes out. But they're going to be adding some brand new pieces of equipment which are very game-changing in a good way. Like, I'm looking forward to how this changes the meta, and namely, we're getting two really big pieces of equipment, the C4 and also the Riot Shield. Now, there's a little bit that I'd like to unpack with both of those items, so I'm going to take them one at a time, and I want to discuss the Riot Shield first. And this was revealed much earlier at the E3 event. So this is going to be essentially what it says on the box. It's a ballistic shield that obviously deflects bullets, but what's interesting about it is that you can run smaller weapons like pistols and maybe some kind of SMG to shoot along with it. And I think this is why they're testing out the new Scorpion pistol that was recently added a couple weeks ago to run with the Riot Shield. Now, it's not been added into the game yet because I do believe that they're going to be waiting on when they add the new war mode into a staple of the game. It's going to be a new deathmatch that you can run, and it's going to be one of the game mode options as soon as you load up PUBG. But whenever that gets added, I assume the ballistic shield will be coming in with that update, and probably it's going to be around the time of the winter map release, I would have to assume. As far as like how it's going to function in the game, I don't know how players are going to feel about it. I'm obviously open to the idea, but I think it's going to function like a pan that you can hold out in front of you that deflects all kinds of bullets. I'm not sure if this shield can be broken. We don't have any details on that, but it will replace one of your primary weapon slots, so I assume it has to at least be pretty good. Now, when it comes down to the C4 item, this gets pretty interesting because this was not part of the E3 reveal. They didn't talk about that at all during that event, but however, we do know about it from the same way we got a hold of the textures for the winter map. It was data mined, but we have a texture for the C4 which looks like this, and this will be a part when the winter map comes out as well. And for all platforms, whenever that update arrives, then you'll be getting the C4 equipment as well. And something that I've just kind of talked about PUBG in the past, they need more stuff like this, right? All the the variety of weapons are great. I think the selection is plentiful, but I've always said that they need kind of more things that you can use that aren't just strictly guns. And it seems like they're finally starting to do that. They're adding new pieces of equipment or just toys in the game that are fun to play with. And I think at the end of the day, that's what PUBG is really lacking, but I'm glad they're taking steps towards that. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything in particular as far as like equipment that you would like to see in the game added at some point, because I love the concept of this. I feel like they take so long to add that kind of thing, right? We've known about the riot shield pretty much since the beginning of the summer, and it's still not in the game. So like I'm not really sure what the content plan is going forward with these, but I hopefully these come out pretty streamlined and often. Something I can honestly see them doing is adding both of these things in the game at the same time whenever the war mode game mode comes back in. They took it out of the PC version because it really wasn't that stable, and they wanted to rework it and test out different formulas with it, and it should be coming to a permanent spot in the game very soon. And I would probably tend to believe that these pieces of equipment are going to be added when that comes out as well, but I don't really know, so we'll have to wait and see. Now the next thing that I would like to talk about are the new weapons that are coming to the game. This is pretty obvious, as you know, we get a new weapon pretty often. Every couple weeks or so in PUBG, they're testing out a new one on the server, or we get it just fully in the game. The latest gun that we got was the Scorpion pistol, and I think that was also made so that it can work with the riot shield. That's my theory on it. But we're also going to be getting some obviously regular like AR weapons or snipers. I'd imagine we're going to be getting some new airdrop weapons as well. Again, that's one of those things where details are scarce on that too. They don't really like to discuss the new weapons that they have in the works until they're ready to be put on the test server or something like that. So just expect new weapons to be coming in the near future, and again, probably with a major update when the winter map does happen. And the final thing we're going to be talking about today is something I would never thought I would be talking about, and this is a PUBG release for the PlayStation 4. Yes, this is coming out for PS4 very, very soon. On December 7th is the rumored release date. Now, this all came about when there was an order open on Amazon that accidentally got leaked and revealing that it's going to be made for PlayStation. I kind of figured that this might be happening. I wasn't 100% sure, but it's nice to see that it's finally coming to all platforms now, meaning that this is now a PC game, Xbox, PlayStation, and even mobile. So it's everywhere. Everybody from all places or all consoles can get this. And if you're thinking about picking it up for yourself, right now the game is priced at $30. I imagine that's where it's going to stay. That's where it's been priced on every other console. Now there's a couple of different editions you can buy. You can just get the game itself for $30. There's also a Looters Digital Edition, a Survivors Digital Edition, and a Champions Digital Edition. These come with probably like some extra battle points and I believe some exclusive skins, as well as an event pass if you get the top tier version of the game. So that's pretty cool, and I guess we'll have to see how this runs on PlayStation. My only concern is that when it came out on Xbox, it really wasn't that optimized. It did not run well at all. People had a lot of complaints with it, so I'm hoping that they were able to kind of iron those out for the PlayStation release, and I'm optimistic about it, but I'm just going to be alerting you that this may have some issues on launch. I imagine that's going to be available for pre-order here really soon, so I would keep an eye on the PlayStation Store if you're looking to pick it up on there. But this is really big news for PUBG just as a game, as they're expanding to multiple platforms, and I really respect that move. So I hope that this is able to do well for that platform. But it's really exciting to see overall all of the new content that we're getting for players across all platforms, and I really hope that this pans out for players and it's something that they gravitate towards and something that they enjoy in the game. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or concerns about the stuff that is coming to PUBG, or if there's anything that you would suggest to the developers that you want to see in the game. I'm really curious as to player feedback right now, what they want out of this and what would make them keep playing. But that's basically going to be the video for today. All the new things that are coming to PUBG in the very near future and things to look forward to. But if you guys could stick around for a couple more minutes, if you don't mind, I have something really important to talk to you about. I feel like I need to take a few minutes just to get real with you guys and talk about what we're doing on this channel. So I know that I haven't posted a PUBG video in around a month, and over the summer, this is all I was posting, and admittedly, I grew a pretty big audience from it, and I understand there's a huge audience that wants to see this game. So I apologize for kind of just leaving this in the dust for the past month. I will still be posting videos on this, but here's my dilemma. PUBG makes it really hard to be a content creator on this game, and especially now when content comes out very, very slowly. I can only make the same videos, that many times, and I'm kind of running out of stuff to do without new content. That's the honest to God truth, and I'm trying to mix it up as best as possible and keep things fresh and interesting, but we got to understand understand is that this isn't a game like Fortnite that updates almost every single week and there's always something new to cover. And I know that there's streamers that can do this and play the game every day, but I'm not really a streamer. I do stream, but it's something that I do a little bit on the side, and I want to focus on videos as the main source of content. And of course, this past month, I've been posting a lot of Black Ops 4 Zombies, but I gotta be honest, that is something that I am truly enjoying and has relit a spark inside me for content creation. PUBG did the exact same thing when I left posting zombies for a while. After World War II's DLC really wasn't my thing and I wasn't enjoying the game that much, PUBG was this game on the side that I decided to start posting, and I found an audience for it, and that, you know, lit a spark inside me to make content. The spark has somewhat faded out for this game just because there isn't really anything new to cover, and honestly, a lot of its own community has already left. Many of the biggest streamers have stopped playing the game as their primary thing. There is a very still dedicated community that's hardcore. That's kind of the same thing for any game. That's more noticeable now than ever. So my dilemma is that I know that there's a massive audience for this game on the channel that wants to see this, and I get it, and I want to satisfy both of those audiences, those people who want to watch zombies and also those who want to watch PUBG, and I've done my best to try to merge the two together, but there's always going to be a separation, and I don't want to have a completely split down the middle fan base. So what I want to ask you guys, for those of you who are into the PUBG content, what can I do going forward to satisfy it? Whether it's not even just a PUBG video, obviously I'm going to still be making these as much as possible when content comes out, but what can I do in the meantime when I'm not doing PUBG? I guess what I'm asking for is you guys to give the new content a chance. Whatever I decide to post on the channel, whether it's this game or something else, I'm always going to be trying to continue to grow and do something new. That's just who I am, and that's how the channel is going to be run with the mindset going forward. So what I'm asking for at the end of the day is feedback on this. I am going to run the channel the way I want to at the end of the day regardless, but I would really love to have, you know, as many people as I can to have feedback and give me some input onto what they want to see going forward, because I can't do the same videos forever. And if PUBG really doesn't make huge moves after this going forward, like I really don't know what the future of this game is going to look like. I want it to succeed. Obviously, it's absolutely changed my life and it's changed the channel for the better, but everybody grows up sometime. This game's really helped me grow, and like not just my channel, but not even as a content creator, but as a person at the end of the day. And I want to continue to keep growing in all ways. And the people that are subscribed to the channel that are open-minded enough to be able to, I guess, accept new content or me growing as a person going forward, that's something that I would really appreciate some feedback on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get this off my chest and touch base with you guys. I would really appreciate any feedback you have at all inside the comment section. But that's gonna be it for today. I really hope you did enjoy the video, and thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you did make it this far to hear me out, I really appreciate you. You guys are the best. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.